Thank you. Um, First of all, let me thank Dr. S.B. Mujumdar, Chancellor of the Symbiosis International University, Dr. Vidya Veerakdekar, Principal Director Symbiosis, and Dr. Rajani Gupte, Vice Chancellor of the SIU, especially for inviting me to come here to Pune to deliver this address on international India and the Indian Ocean, sustainability, security and development. I know that you conduct this seminar every year. It's well known and reputed, and let me say that I'm very happy and honored to be a guest speaker today. The topic that has been decided for today's seminar session is the blue economy. This topic, as we know, is relatively new concept, an evolving concept. The book by Gunta Pauli in 2010 paved the way to create an interest on the subject, and the concept gained momentum at the Rio Plus 2020 summit in 2012. Many questions could be raised on what is meant by the blue economy and how could the blue economy be realized, fully realized. Another question could be on the significance and the importance of the blue economy in relation to international politics and especially in relation to the Indian Ocean. The ocean, as we know, covers 72% of the surface of our planet and constitutes 95% of the biosphere. The ocean has long been an economic force. When we look back into our ancient history, our forefathers, the seafarers, looked to the ocean to explore, to discover, and to exploit unforeseen treasures and scarce resources. In a sense, one could say that we have come a full circle. We are once again looking at the ocean. The ocean once again is taking center stage. The ocean also offers countless potential and opportunities as well as challenges, and a new horizon is waiting to be tapped. The ocean, the high seas is, as we know, is common heritage of mankind. We need to conserve the ocean while focusing and addressing the present demands without damaging the interest and the requirements of the future generations. While we note that the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea has certain laws and obligations to be adhered to by member states, and the goal number 14 of the UN Sustainable Development Goals on life below water has defined the need to the conservation and sustainable use of oceans, seas and marine resources. The economy, the blue economy, is an area which calls for more attention and more work to achieve its desired goals. In economic terms, the blue economy encompasses many areas of economic activity, such as 80% of the global trade volume and 70% by value of the global trade is carried by sea. Shipping and port facilities, aquaculture, the fisheries sector have nearly 350 million jobs linked to the marine fisheries. Other related mega infrastructure projects have derived vast revenue from offshore oil and gas exploration, mining, deposits from seabed, harnessing renewable ocean energy from wind and waves, tourism and leisure activities such as cruise travel, etc., just to name a few. In addition, research and development are related avenues that offer a wide scope and economic benefits. Cross-cutting issues, as we know, are terrorism, piracy, trafficking in people, trafficking in drugs, environmental degradation, and related repercussions due to climate change are issues that have a negative bearing on the blue economy. Other aspects that should be highlighted are the social and economic developments that have adversely affected the marine and coastal resources base. Surveys done by the FAO have indicated that 87% of global fish stocks are overexploited. The high level of pollution and atmospheric rising of CO2 have resulted in the loss of biodiversity and affected the marine ecosystem. While nearly 1 billion people are in developing countries depend on the seafood as the primary source of protein, food security is a factor to be dealt with. In order to address all these issues, it is imperative that an innovative economic model be developed for sustainable development of the economy, on the one hand to prevent the negative impact, and on the other to derive maximum benefits, particularly for the countries in the region and for the global community in general. Turning to the significance of the blue economy and its impact on international politics, especially in relation to the Indian Ocean, as the main theme of this seminar is on the Indian Ocean, let us focus on Asia. On a global scale, Asia is seen as the main growth area, and Asia is in an unique moment in the evolution of geopolitics. Asia's strategic location and natural resources are factors which places Asia at the center of gravity that enables Asia to play a significant role in the global economic highway. While the states in the region are primary stakeholders, the presence of extra-regional powers in the Indian Ocean is a fact. Their strategic interests could be political, could be economic, environmental, and/or security. We also know that economics is closely linked to political interests and national interests. National interests extends to foreign policy and international relations. What we see, therefore, in the Indian Ocean is growing interest by the states in the region as well as by extra-regional powers on forging closer linkages at the bilateral, regional, and multilateral level. In terms of the blue economy, the need of the hour is to collective action for our common benefit. It could be at the bilateral level, regional level, as well as the multilateral level. At the bilateral level, states could pursue new initiatives and enter into agreements that are mutually beneficial. If I may speak briefly on Sri Lanka, we being an island nation, and due to the geographical location of in the Indian Ocean, we have a stake and an active interest in the blue economy. Sri Lanka is aware of the biodiversity and the rich marine biological resources and the potential of the ocean minerals and other seabed resources. Another area of interest to the country is the potential available in tapping the ocean energy as an alternative energy source, which could contribute to pledges on mitigating climate change and sea level rise. We are also aware of the need to have sustainable methods which could be beneficial to the country in the long term. In terms of shipping and port facilities, we are aware of the advantages we have due to our strategic location, and we are therefore working on making use of the vast potential and vast opportunities available in order to gain a hub status in the Indian Ocean for the country. Sri Lanka has also been an active member in regional and multilateral fora and have been maintaining an active interest on issues pertaining to the blue economy. Within IRA, Sri Lanka's proposal was endorsed by the member states. Sri Lanka is prepared to take on more responsibility, greater responsibility, and to contribute actively towards the sustainable development of the blue economy. I will not be dealing with India as there are other experts who will be speaking on the subject. India, as we know, is a maritime power and is an important member playing an important role in maritime security, the blue economy, and related areas to promote initiatives within the country and also to extend support to strengthening regional and multilateral mechanisms. It is necessary to emphasize on cooperation at the regional and multilateral level as the Indian Ocean straddles many continents. While IRA is an important platform, regional organizations such as SAARC, the ASEAN, BIMSTEC, etc., could play a greater role to link the states in the region and thereby also feed into other multilateral initiatives. Speaking on the way forward for the blue economy, the following could be some subjects that could be identified for further study and action. An area that needs to be developed and promoted is on international cooperation in scientific research, technical assistance, technology transfer, and capacity building. It is also important to focus attention on establishing specialized think tanks to come up with innovative and sustainable measures on dealing with various related subjects associated with the blue economy. In pursuing such initiatives and activities, investments and availability of financial resources is an important requirement. While leadership is given at the intergovernmental level, the private sector should also be encouraged to take on a greater role. And also lastly, let me also say, creating a wider awareness and mobilizing public opinion is another area which needs to be strengthened, because the subject is sometimes not very well known or not very well discussed or not widely discussed by even within the states, regionally, and at the multilateral fora. For the blue economy to be effective, it is essential to have an effective governance of the ocean. For this purpose, the principle that the open ocean is the common heritage of mankind has to be recognized. A process to have internationally accepted principles could be developed. International cooperation to regulate and at the same time collaborate to develop and sustain the blue economy should be a priority to all countries. In conclusion, we have to keep in mind that we share the same ocean, and the subject of the blue economy will depend on how we address the complex and challenging issues. All of us, we have a stake on this subject. It has been said that water defined our history, and water could define our future. Thank you.